let's do a reading update with the morning coffee. I finished 2 books in the last week. The first book I finished was From Blood and Ash, and I didn't really have any plans to start it. I just did it because I saw that it was an option on my audiobook streaming app, and I thought I would give it a try because I felt like romantasy was just what I wanted to listen to at that point, and also something that was easier to read when I decided to read it, because I usually switch between doing the audiobook and reading it as an ebook, and I actually enjoyed it surprisingly much. From Blood and Ash was not on my TBR really because I didn't expect so much from it, and I just think I read so many romantasy books at this point that I started to fear that it would just feel the same. There was a lot of surprising elements. There was an element of like mystery, or more like something felt wrong kind of vibe where you needed to solve that. But I could already feel towards the end of the first book where it was heading. I don't like the direction it's heading because I didn't continue on to read the second book. It's just not doing it. The storyline and the plot was much better in the first book. I actually think I ended up rating it 4 stars. The second book is just, I'm over 30% in. I actually think I'm over 40% into it, and it's just, I don't feel really anything is happening, and maybe it's some kind of second book syndrome. At this point, I don't really feel like continuing with the series. I will probably finish the second book and then I'll see. I had higher expectations after the first book, and not to say the first book still lacked in some part. The writing was not the way I preferred entirely, but in the second book it feels so repetitive at this point. We'll see how it progresses, and if you read the series, let me know if it gets better as the books progress. The second book I read is Days at the Morisaki Bookshop, and I didn't know what to expect from this. It's a very short book. It was so wholesome, it was so cozy, it was a very cute book and surprisingly funny as well. I definitely would have loved it to be longer. I think I ended up rating it 4.5 stars, and I think my primary complaint is that it wasn't longer. I see there is a second book that's called More Days at the Morisaki Bookshop. I didn't really know that. I don't think I've seen that many people talk about it. And I'm a bit, I love the first one so much, so I'm a bit scared to progress into the second one. But let me know if you read it and whether it's worth continuing into. So other than reading the second book in the Blood and Ash series, I have 2 books left on my fall TBR that I would like to get to. The first one is On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by Ocean Vuong. And the second book is the